The interactive metronome for adults. Interactive metronomes individualized treatment approaches are engaging, motivating, and adaptable for your adult patients. Timing in the brain is the basis for attention, working memory, and processing speed. IM is easily integrated into the traditional service delivery model for speech therapists.
In April, Julie suffered a severe concussion when she fell in a bounce house. At first, she thought she only had a migraine, but 2 days later, it was clear something was wrong.
I wasn't able to read. I couldn't process words. I wasn't able to find a word in my brain to explain what I wanted, which was very scary.
1, 4, 6.
That's when speech therapist Heather Barr entered the picture and helped Julie get her life back on track. They started therapy at Health South Rehab Hospital in York.
When Julie first started, the first day of therapy, you could just tell she wasn't there. Her eyes were glazed over, she was expressionless, and she just kind of looked lost.
Part of her therapy was a program called Interactive Metronome. It was originally designed to help children with ADHD, but therapists have found it helps those recovering from a concussion.
It really addresses the brain's timing and synchronicity, so it's really working the brain's network of attention and concentration.
This is how it works. The patient hears a tone in their ear. Then they try to match their movements to the beat while also doing other tasks.
Blue, 3.
And a few weeks into therapy, I feel like I started to meet the real Julie because she had a personality, she had expression, and she was energetic, and you could just almost see her coming back to life.
5 months later, Julie is back to work and feeling great.
I can help other people who have any of these symptoms to say there's help out there.
Here is a clinician working on improving fluency. Here is a cognition exercise. Occupational therapists know the importance of planning and sequencing in the execution of efficient motor movements for patients to become more functionally independent in their activities of daily living. IM allows your patient to achieve motor learning by also encouraging higher cognitive processing.
Using rhythm also helps reinforce new ways of doing familiar actions to improve function, like drawing or writing. This was a note Sally wrote when she first started, and this was just a few days later. The fact these exercises have concrete results offers another benefit.
Here is an exercise where the patient is working on typing with our tap mat. Here is the pincer graph. Hand flexion and extension, supination and pronation, wrist flexion and extension, elbow flexion and extension, a reaching activity, and here the patient is using a paint roller to simulate reintegration into the workplace. Physical therapists utilize IM to promote synchronous neural communication through repetitive, timed, and rhythmical full body movement, which results in smoother motor movements, better balance, more symmetrical gait, and increased safety and independence. Here is an exercise where the patient is working on core stability. Hip abduction, a stair climbing exercise. Here the patient is pairing a sequencing activity with balance. Fall risk reduction. IM recommends an interdisciplinary approach to fall risk reduction that addresses the musculoskeletal, proprioceptive, ocular motor, vestibular, and cognitive communication systems. Here the patient is working on Gait with our in-motion switches. Here the patient is working on the in-motion switches with the cognitive task.
There's a big float. Blue, yellow.
Here she's working on attention and working memory, also with our in-motion triggers.
6, 9. 1,